Where did you get your vocal training? A lot of people currently are like upset with the way things have been. And some people would say, you've been in politics for a while. Are you part of the problem?
I'm from a generation where you were taught to speak. Our fathers and mothers always told us that we had to be almost better than anyone else, especially the competition, if we were going to be able to succeed. My dad taught me to shake hands, look a man in the eye, speak clearly. We went to church. We were brought before the people to speak to the people at church. We were told to stand and recite at school. I think our culture when I was a child was to get us ready to compete in the world, how to make a living, how to live, how to be a man, how to be a woman, how to be what God will bless you to be prosperous. And I think that that upbringing at that particular time in our lives was good for us. I think that, from the outside looking in, a person would say, hey, if you've been in office for 26 years in the legislature and 32 years altogether working for the governor, aren't you part of the problem? Well, let's look at that. For 26 years, my title was representative. The people of District 90, the people of Memphis, Tennessee, sent me 200 miles up the road to sit on the floor of the House of Representatives to represent them. When our mayors needed someone to speak, I spoke. When our sheriff department and our police departments needed someone to stand, I stood. When our school system, our citizens, the various entities, the zoo, the Shell, and others needed someone to stand and fight for them, my job for 26 years, 200 miles up the road, was to be that person who stood there and fought for District 90, for Memphis, for Shelby County. I did that better or as well as anybody in the history of the state of Tennessee and made sure that Shelby County and Memphis, Tennessee received its due diligence from the state of Tennessee. So I suppose from the outside looking in, you could throw all of us in the same pot. But when you look at federal government, state government, county government, and municipal or local government, you see that there is a separation of responsibilities. And I think I held up my end very well.
The Democratic establishment kicked you out, and now they claim you've sold out by running as a on the Republican ticket. How do you respond to that?
The Democrats of District 90 did not throw me out. The Democrat colleagues on Capitol Hill who elected me as Minority Leader Pro Tem, and that sign was on my wall outside my door when I left Capitol Hill, they did not kick me out. My colleagues on Capitol Hill did not kick me out. There was a elitist group up in East Tennessee, probably most of whom have never even been to Memphis, that decided that my values, District 90's values, and if you please, even the majority of Memphis values did not fit the Democratic Party. They did not just throw me out. They threw the people of District 90 out. In essence, District 90 that elected me 13 times.
The county is requesting up to 125 million in emergency loans less than 30 days into the new fiscal year. How bad is this?
Well, being an elected official, this is not a fraternity. This is not a club. This is not some type of simple political group. When you are elected to an office, there are responsibilities that go along with that office. There are ethics principles, a matter of integrity, a matter of professionalism that go along with accepting that office. When you take the oath of office for the office, be it representative, be it county commission, be it city council, be it board of education, mayor of Shelby or the city or any of our municipalities, when you take that oath of office, you promise the people that elected you that you will be a responsible person, that you will be responsible in that office and act in their best interest. When you find something that has gone awry, as much as the budget has in Shelby County, you can't help but ask, who is it that has not been responsible with the people's dollars? We know who the finance chairs are. We know who the people on the finance committees are. So they have to accept the responsibility that this is a mess that they helped to make, either by commission or omission.
Shelby County keeps getting smaller. Families are leaving. They're moving to the counties outside of Shelby. How do you address that?
We are the largest county in the state of Tennessee in land mass, but we're the only county in the state of Tennessee that is shrinking in people and our tax base. We have lost over 30,000 people within less than 2 years. And when we look into it, we see bureaucratic issues. We see issues with public safety. We see issues with education. We see socioeconomic issues. All of these issues piled together create an environment that runs people away. I want to turn that around. I want to make our schools safe places for our children, our teachers to be educated. I want our streets to be safe by making sure that our sheriff department is the best paid, best equipped sheriff department in the state of Tennessee. I want to make sure that each dollar the hard-working taxpayer puts into the coffers of Shelby County is used responsibly.
Critics say you talk about problems, but what are the actual plans to rebuild this county?
Critics are going to always say that you're just being a thermometer saying how hot it is, but the thermostat actually makes it cool. Well, here's my response to that. First of all, I've got to find out just how big of a mess we have in Shelby County. My first 100 days are going to be what I said earlier: inspect, detect, correct. I've got to find out how deep in debt we are. I've got to see what we have coming in and what we have promised to go out. What contracts have we signed? What covenants are we attached to? How many employees do we have? Are all of those jobs essential? I've got to take Shelby County government apart, take a long look at it, and then start rebuilding it piece by piece by piece, the way you do any renovation. Our government needs renovation, and it needs someone to shepherd that renovation.
What final message do you want to send to the local voters?
It's time to turn this moment that we have right now. Shelby County is responsible for 800 miles of roads, streets, and avenues. That Shelby County is responsible for over 1,000 bridges and overpasses. That Shelby County has over almost 6,000 employees. That being said, Shelby County has got to take responsibility to move away from just piling up problems and start taking those problems apart with sensible, visionary solutions. I am mature because I've been tested. I am taught because I have gone into the trenches time and time again when the tough problems were there. I am courageous. I am not afraid to make the tough decisions and stand for the people of the state of Tennessee. I will be accessible. I will be accountable, and I will be responsible. Let's turn this moment to a movement. Let's change Shelby County. Elect me, John DeBerry Jr., Shelby County Mayor.